Okay, team, come and join me here. All right, team, grab a weapon, grab a weapon. I want to try to get you through this as fast as possible. Come on, team, come on, team. Thanks. All right, so we're filming from over there, okay? So I'll just kind of stand here-ish, okay? All right, so you all saw some of this already, okay? But we'll just do a quick review, okay? We've created a bunch of new guards with new names, right? Okay. So as a quick review, this is cape guard, this is cloak, this is scabbard or sheath, okay? This is upwing because turn over, that's wing guard, okay? This is upwing, okay? All right. You could also, if you go like that, you can also call it server guard. But anyway, we've been trying to keep it consistent, so upwing, okay? All right. So these are the guards that we attack from, okay? We're gonna start here, okay? And we're gonna throw the strikes, okay? You don't have to, okay, of course, but this just helps illustrate the lesson a bit better, in my opinion, okay? All right, also helps show us that even if you attack from back here, you can still do it in a safe way, okay? That's the point, okay? All right, so let's do a quick review. What's this? Cloak. Cloak, exactly. What's this? Cape. All right, what's this one? Cape. What's this one? What's this guard? Low. This one is upwing. Okay, all right. It's like this is a wing guard. This is a, and then with the palm turned up is upwing. Okay, all right. And then this one, sheath or scabbard. I don't care what you call it. Okay, all right. I personally like scabbard, but whatever. Okay. Okay, good. All right. So let's try to remember those. Okay. So yes. Okay. So that's organized into high outside, high inside, low inside, and low outside. Okay. All right. So those are your four corners. Okay. All right. Those also have tucked variants, okay? So if you all go into cloak guard like that, and now we take our wrist and rotate it, you're now in horn, okay? This is horn guard, okay? If we go into scabbard and point it forward, you're now in spear, okay? If you take upwing and you bring it forward like that, okay, you're now in holster, okay? All right, and then if you take cape and bring it forward, you're now in mask, okay? So in case any of it is not clear, this is like you're holding like a horn, you're holding a spear, okay? What was this? This is like you're pulling out, you're reaching for your holster, okay? And this one is like you're doing the Batman. I always call it the Batman, okay? Right? But the mask, okay? Okay.
You know what I call that Pulp Fiction?
Okay, Pulp Fiction. That's fine with me, okay? All right. So the goal is to start in a rear guard with the tip facing backwards. That's a rear guard. And we finish in a tucked guard, okay? So this is where the saber is tucked into the body, okay? So after you extend and cut, we tuck it in. The strike has already happened, right? So it should look kind of like that, like so, okay? This is as opposed to finishing from rear to rear. So if, for example, I go from, what's this one? Close. This is cloak guard, right? Okay, right? So for example, I can go from cloak to wing guard like that, okay? We don't want to do this, right? Okay? And I could also go from, what's this one? Good. This is mask. This is cape, right? Okay? Think of it as I'm a hero. I'm unfurling my cape, right? Or I'm a vampire. I'm closing my cloak, you know, kind of, okay? That's where it comes from, okay? All right. So I can go from cape to scabbard, and that's going to pack a big punch, right? Okay? So here's what I'm trying to get into practice of. Even if you do this slowly, okay, you're forcing people to measure speed, okay? You're forcing human beings to measure speed. That's going to factor in subjectivity. It's going to factor in biases, okay, and things like I said. Guys, I know Sean. He's safe. Trust me, okay? Right? Can't do that, right? Okay, we can't do that, okay? All right? So John, if I want to attack with my sweep from cape, what guard do I go to instead of scabbard? Spear, exactly right. Extend and tuck, right? And you stop here. Now, you can still, we won't practice a whole ton today, okay? But you can still make this a very fast circular move, okay? If you go like that, okay? Did you notice how I cut? Then I withdrew to spear, and then I finished it, right? Right? At that point, to me, that is perfectly safe, as long as they're not too close, okay? All right, does that make sense so far?
Yeah?
Yeah?
I was playing with that.
Okay, yes, exactly, okay? All right, so.
And at that point, all you're doing is, you were at spear, you just.
Right, exactly, okay? So all of this can still be done really fast, and very safe. Okay. In fact, it can be so fast sometimes it's hard to perceive it sometimes. Okay. In which case, by the way, I will say that is the responsibility of the fencer, not the referee, though. Okay. But I'm just saying that it's something that's very possible. Okay. Okay. So,
Wait.
yes.
So if you're doing it fast.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's the responsibility of the fencer if you continue over here?
Yeah, if you do it so fast that the ref can't perceive it, it's your problem. It is your problem to deal with, you know? Like if you're doing this, 1, 2, 3, right? Right? But the ref thinks you're going 1, 2, right? You're cutting out that step, right? If the ref thinks you're doing that, technically speaking, you know, that maybe that ref needs more training, but at the end of the day in the tournament, that is your problem to deal with as a fencer, right? You see what I'm saying, right? Besides, remember, it's a physical act, right?
Well, I mean, we put it on the fencers too when we're sitting there saying, look, that's messy. You need to clean it up.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, it's a performance, okay? And also remember, it's a physical act, okay? If it looks like a full sweep through without the tuck, okay? If it looks like that, then it kind of is what it looks like, okay? All right? The more it looks like what we want, the more it is what we want, right? It is a physical action, right? It's not like it's you know, you know what I'm saying, right? Is that going to make sense? Okay. Right? It's not like a disguise, right? It's like you put a box over a cat. It's like, oh, there's nothing there. No, there's a cat under there, right? Okay, it's true, okay, right? Yeah, exactly. Okay, okay. All right. So our micro, okay, we're gonna cut it short a little bit. Okay, here's our micro for today. Okay, we're not gonna go through the whole thing. This is the double X micro. Okay, so we're gonna do cut 1X, 1 and 1. That's the first X. Okay, we're gonna flip around and go the other way. 2 and 2. Okay, so that's 2 X's. Okay, first part of the X, second part of the X, and then the second X and the second X. Okay, so we're gonna stop right there. Okay.
So what we're doing is we're going from a rear guard.
Yes.
In one elevation.
Yes.
Doing the sub guard.
Yep.
Reversing it and then changing elevation. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. So we're going to do 2 diagonal dives and then 2 diagonal risers. Okay? So each one will start low on one side and finish high on the other side. Or start high on one side and finish low on the other side. Okay? So X dives and then X risers upwards. Okay? Okay. All right. Okay. So quick review then. Okay. So that's going to look like this then. Okay. We'll start here on cloak. Okay. We'll slice. Okay. And we're going to don't think of it as a slice. Think of it as an extension. Okay. Extend to the target. Then we'll withdraw to holster. Cool. Now from here, either lift it up into cape, or if you want to, circle around and lift it up into cape. Okay. Either one is fine. Okay. All right. From here, we'll extend. Okay. And by the way, we're going to go for like about where the hand is about. Okay. The top of the hand. Then we'll tuck into holster. Oh, sorry, spear. Okay. From here, we're going to go back the other way. So rotate your wrist into scabbard. Go upwards. Aim for the bottom of the hilt. Okay. Right. And then tuck it into mask. Bring it down again. Okay. And then aim for the bottom of the hilt. Okay. And tuck it into horn. From here, rotate the wrist, and you're back in cloak. You can start over. Okay. All right. See if you can remember that. Okay.
It's high diagonal cut first, then low diagonal cut.
Yeah. I call it diving diagonals and then rising diagonals. Yeah. If that makes sense. Okay. Feel free to grab a target and try it out. Okay. I would love it if one person were to face this way and one person were to face this way. Okay. And let's light those sabers up for posterity. Thanks, team. Nice, Jacob. You okay, John? I know. Coffee. It does help if you do the pivots, but you don't have to. I'm not grading on pivots. So for that last one, it looked to me like you exceeded the target a bit, and then you drew in. Yeah.
I hit, I drove, then I just like let it loose.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So we want to try to tuck as we're striking. Yeah. There we go. Okay. That's looking nice. Let me see how our stream looks. Oh, we got 4 people watching. Pretty cool. All right. How are we looking so far? Yeah?
When you're going live on the notification, I don't know if it's still that way, but it was still showing up like November qualifiers.
Oh, really? Okay. I'll take a look. Thank you.
It only reminded me when you mentioned it was.
Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I've definitely made that mistake before. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe y'all should slide over just a bit, just because Sean's right here. So. Oh, well, that's the thing. You totally could. You totally could. Yeah. We're just trying to emphasize the real spirit of the guard, you know? Okay, it looks like everyone's doing fine. Steven, go ahead and try to speed it up a little bit, or incorporate those circles so you can help you make it flow a little bit better. Yeah. Otherwise, everyone looks pretty good. Yeah, you want to switch over?
I was doing it on the left.
Okay. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Any questions? Yeah?
I'm noticing that I'm still doing the same thing I normally do.
Okay.
Because what you want us to do is strike and pull.
Right.
And what I'm doing is I'm striking and I'm collapsing my wrist as I pull.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you that's not a wrong thing to do, but it's very hard to spot as a referee, though.
So I'm doing both. I'm just saying that I'm collapsing as I pull.
Yeah.
Back.
And this is interesting because that helps me better understand how you do what you do, right? So I think that's very cool, and that's a really cool technique, but it's too subtle as a referee, you know? Yeah. But that's a cool technique, though, and completely legitimate as well. Yeah. Remember that time we were with Preston and he was doing it so softly, right? He would attack like that, right? He wouldn't even extend it fully, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like an extreme. Would you say it's an extreme version of that? His version is more extreme than yours, I would say, actually.
Well, what you did, you didn't collapse at all.
No, I went like this. It's already collapsed. My wrist is already fully collapsed, right?
Right, but mine is as I'm hitting, right? I've got firmness here. If I actually push, it would still push. Instead.
Yes, yeah.
You see it bounce?
Yeah. Yeah. What Preston did was
I'm unlocking it.
Yeah. What Preston did was he never got to the extension, so he would barely even hit the target at all like that, right? Like you're doing that, right? You're at least extending and getting there, and then you relax, right? Yeah. But Preston, when I didn't know someone could do this, but he went like that, and he's just rendering himself ineffective, you know, right? So obviously our goal is for you to be safe, but also effective, right? So we don't want that either. Yeah. Okay. Seems like everyone's kind of got it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so here's what I'd like to try. I would like each person to pair up with someone else, and we're going to grade each other on the sheet, okay? And we're trying to check that we have all the movements down, okay? So let me walk you through it. And for those watching, I will share the screen for you in a second. Okay? Actually, I'll go ahead and I'll share the screen for you in a second. Okay. All right, so you only need one of the boxes, okay? And we only need the first 4 moves, okay? Because we skipped out the last 2, okay? If we have time, we can go back, okay? All right, anyway, so on the left-hand side of the sheet, okay, it'll, you know what, let me give you all copies. Or, yeah, you can share, I guess, so. Okay, the left-hand side of the sheet numbers the action. Okay, for example, backhand dive sweep and then forehand dive sweep. Okay, and then it also explains what guard to go from, what guard to start from, and where to finish. Okay, so it says from cloak guard to holster guard, right? Yeah. Okay, so now in the columns it says start, extension, apex, and end, and score. Okay, start means the attack began from the correct guard. Okay, extension means that the attack was fully extended. Okay, because again we want you to be effective. Okay, if you're not extending, you're not going to be effective, right? So the whole point of being safe is pointless, okay? Apex means that you began to tuck at the end of the attack, okay? At the where the target should be, okay? So you tucked at the apex of your attack, okay? Basically, okay?
As opposed to having gone through the target.
Exactly, yeah, okay? So if you exceed the target and you tuck, then you tuck too late, okay? Yeah. And then finally, did you finish in the correct guard at the end, okay? And then you just write down a 0 or 1 if they got it or not, okay? And then you just can tally on the far side, okay? All right, and then there's a few bonus points at the end. It's kind of optional, okay? It's just the confidence points and a smooth point, okay? A smooth point just means that you move through it smoothly, okay? Confident just means that you did it with looking more or less kind of competitive, okay? So if you just did it really slowly and no one would defense that way, then you did it in a non-confident way, okay? All right, you can do it in a confident way, but not smooth. You can also do it in a smooth way, but not confident. Okay, all right. But anyway, that's the least important thing we have to do today. Okay, most important thing is to know that we are able to perform it, and also most importantly, be able to spot it. That's actually what I care about the most. Actually,
the smoothest, most confident ones are the real slow ones. You still get them with because they're expecting it to never land.
You are breaking.
That's the smooth.
You are breaking my explanations here. Okay, let's not. Okay, that is for later. Okay. Okay.
They're not wrong.
Okay. All right.
And those are the funniest to land.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I will. I'll put Sean and John. I'll put you together. Okay. And then Jacob, I'll work with you. Okay. Cool. All right. Give me 1 second. Y'all feel free to go ahead and get started. And feel free to use the punching bag, although in theory I want you to be able to do it without the punching bag. So, okay, let's see here. I got to get this up on the screen for people to see.
Might be a bad battery. Pen for the clipboard, I don't believe.
All right, give me 1 second, Jacob. I'll be there in a second. All right, I've got something up on the screen. All right, hopefully this works. Okay. All right, Jacob. Let me get my glasses. Sorry. Let me get my glasses, and I'll have you perform first, okay? All right, give me 1 second. All right, Jacob. This is Jacob. The evaluator is me. It's 5'11". Yes. All right, let's go over here. All right. I'd like you to go ahead and perform it at a nice leisurely pace first. Okay.
I'm old.
And you feel free to use the target. Okay, so it should be 2 dives first, okay? So downward, okay, bring it back up, downward, and then upward, come around, and upward, okay? So 2 down, 2 up.
Okay. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, do we have the sequence down correctly? Okay, all right. So start in cloak. Okay, all right, so you're gonna dive, go ahead. Okay, all right, so you see how you finished in wing? You just finished in a wing guard, right? Okay, so you wanna finish in holster here, okay? All right, try that again, go back up to cloak. Okay, cut, and there you go, good, that's it, okay? All right, now bring it up into cape. There you go, now attack, and recover to spear, there you go. All right, now rotate your wrist, there you go. Go upwards. Okay, there you go. You kind of tucked late, but you understand, okay? All right, go ahead and go down into upwing. Okay, there you go. You can rise. And there, and then you recover to horn. There you go. Okay? All right, go ahead and go through it again. Okay, so you just made a mistake, right? You just sliced to wing, right? You want to slice to holster. There you go. Okay, but so it's 2 dives, okay? So start from cloak. Okay, go to holster. Okay, now go up to cape. Okay, now attack. Okay, go to spear, right? Okay, now you can turn over. And go to mask, there you go. Bring it down to the bottom, to upwing. Okay. And horn. Okay. There you go. Okay, go ahead and repeat it. And turn your lightsaber on. Thank you. This makes it easier for it to see. Okay, go to cape. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay, so now I'm going to grade you individually on each step, okay? All right, so I'll call the number, okay? And you perform it, okay? All right, and don't proceed until I call the next number, okay? Okay. Okay, are you ready? All right, 1. Okay. 2. 3.
Okay, so what is, so looking at
4.
what do you think?
Okay, go ahead and do the whole thing.
This side, here's snap.
Nice, Jacob.
This is just,
That's a lot I thought.
All right, I gave you 16 out of 16. Good job. All right, so now you can grade me.
Yes. It's literally that last like.
Okay.
All right, let's see your practice first.
Okay. You sure to get you're at a safe spot? Okay. So make sure you're safe. Okay. Can you stand a bit over there for me? So to make sure the camera can see stuff. Okay. Okay. Here I go.
Even if it's really controlled, that's not controlled. Now it's just, I think that's just a visual thing of us both wanting to. Hey, one more time.
Like, and the other thing is, I don't want to cut the right. I want to count.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and evaluate
I
you.
am
Let's see
gonna
what you got.
The me are also
Right.
more likely to
One.
come back. If keep on the linear line,
And two.
which is why I was pointing it out. I don't. It's like
Three.
if I could give a half point.
And
Maybe it's on the forehand.
hard enough for a forehand
really
dice
good
sweep.
linear positioning.
Oh, yeah.
You got the really good linear timing.
Let's try it again.
Your
Now
apex
the forehead
either
dice. Forehead dice.
even further back or a little
Forehand dive sweep?
No, sorry. Backhand
Part of that's
dice.
'cause you're not-
Okay.
Backhand dice.
Okay.
Go ahead. Okay, forehand dice sweep.
This one you wanted to snap a lot more, and then you're like, oh, cool, this side I'm much more
Yeah, backhand
with the
rising.
sweep motion and the positioning because I'm not going to. I'm on the strong side.
Yeah, forehand
So I
rising.
can also control this, and then the apex you're like, oh, well, it feels different. So it feels like the apex is a little wobbly.
Okay, last hand. Sorry, backhand. North.
And that may just be angle.
Or tail
It may be
Lateral?
Yeah, lateral. Sorry. Try again.
And I'm probably being more further.
Okay. That's you 16. Excellent job.
It's actually 20. You actually had me do more moves than I needed to.
20.
But that's okay. It's not important. Okay. Okay. Let's do a test. Okay. Hang on to this. Okay. Tell me if I make a mistake. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
I think you need to actually pull up your shoulders a little wider and just like extend your wrist a little longer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Am I in the right guard?
Yes.
No, I'm not.
No.
What guard should I be in?
Okay. Actually, cloak first.
I started in cloak, right? Okay. All right. Here I go. Ready?
It has to be on your. You have to level it a little higher.
Am I in the right guard right now?
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm in wing guard right now, right? What guard should I be in? Check the sheet.
The backhand dice.
That's not a guard. Backhand dive sweep from what? From cloak guard, right?
Yeah.
To
The forehand dice.
no. What's number one? It's a backhand dive sweep, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What does it say underneath it?
Oh, forehand lethal. Not lateral. Can't pronounce it.
No. Look at the details. Okay.
Yeah.
So, backhand dive sweep, right?
Yeah.
Well, look at the details here below.
Oh, from cloak and guard.
From cloak guard to what?
To holstering.
To holster guard, right? Okay.
Yes.
Am I in holster?
No.
Okay. All right. All right. Am I? All right. So. Okay. What does holster look like?
Has to be like this.
Yes, exactly. Right. Okay. So let's try that again. Right. Okay. No.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. From cape guard
Mhm.
to spear guard.
Okay. Ready?
Yes.
What's wrong?
You kind of tucked it in a little.
Let me know when you're ready.
Little much.
A little much? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna tell you that there's no. You can't tuck too much. Okay. What's wrong with this? Check each thing. Did I start in the right place? Go ahead. Go start a new one. Start a new sheet. Okay. Go to number 2. Okay. All right. Check. Did I start in the right guard? Check me right now. Number 2. Am I in cape guard?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Ready? Okay. The next thing is what? What's the next thing to check for?
Spear guard.
No. Look at the column. Okay. Start. Right.
Yes. Start.
Okay. Okay. So you put down a 1. Okay. Okay. Wrong one. This one. Okay. All right. Put down a 1. Right. Okay. Now you have to check if I extend. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Check if I extend. Okay. Ready? Here I go. No. Okay. How about now? No. Okay. How about now?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. All right. Let's try that again. Okay. All right. All right. Now, am I doing this right or wrong? Why not?
That's being from upwing to upwing.
No, we're still on number 2.
Right.
We're still on number 2.
That's from gate guard to spear.
Okay, did I extend?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, look at me. Watch me again, though.
Yes.
I extended, right? Okay, what's the next one to check?
Apex.
Okay. Did I tuck at the apex or not?
No.
No. Okay, how about now? Did I tuck at the apex or no?
Yes. No.
Okay, so the apex is another way of saying tucking at the target, okay? Right? So I'm slicing through the target and then I tuck, right? It's too late, right? I have to tuck right here, right? I tuck there, see that? Right? I have to tuck as I'm hitting the target, okay? Okay, and I also, even if I miss the target, I still have to tuck, okay? All right, so let's try it again, okay? All right, ready? Did I tuck at the apex? No? Okay, let's try again. Did I tuck at the apex?
Yes.
Okay. So in other words, did I tuck at the target? Okay. Okay. All right, let's try again. Ready? Did I tuck at the target or no?
Yes.
No, no. Okay, watch me, okay? Here I go. Extend, right? Look at my arm. Look at my arm collapse and bring the weapon back in, right? See that? Okay. Now watch this, okay? I slice. Is my arm tucking yet?
No.
No? Okay. Now it's tucking, right? Okay, but I already passed the target, right? I already hurt this person badly. You see what I'm saying? Right? So, if I should tuck as I'm hitting the target right here, okay? If you see my arm bending after I already passed the target, then I missed the apex. Okay? All right. So let's try it again, okay? So, if I did it correctly, say yes, okay? If I did it wrong, say no, okay? Or no, just say right or wrong, okay? Okay. Ready? Okay.
Right. Wrong. Wrong. Right.
Okay. All right. You get it, Jacob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little confusing with all the evaluation and everything. But
It's okay. It's okay. No, but I want you. I feel like I don't get a chance to teach you very often. You know, right? So I'm glad I got to train you a little bit today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also, this is good for your knowledge. Yeah.
Yes. So the whole process getting with the extensions and the apex, it's just like what's the difference?
Well, I just explained the difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's do one more. Just check that we have it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Go to step 3 for me. Okay. Ready?
Except for your backhand, rise and sweep.
Yes. Okay. We're gonna stop with this one. Okay. You grade me. Okay. All right. Am I in the right position to start with?
From a spear head. Actually, a scabbard.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Good. All right. And what guard should I finish in?
Mascot.
Okay. All right. What does that look like?
Like a
Yes. Yes. Okay.
mascot.
All right. Ready? Ready? Okay. Here I go.
No.
No. What did I finish in?
Finish with a cape.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Okay. Ready? Okay. Here I go.
No, your extensions to short.
Aha. Nice. Good. Okay. All right. Ready?
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
You sure?
Right again. Sorry.
Okay.
No. Apex.
Apex. Nice. Okay. All right. One more time. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying. Okay.
No.
What's wrong?
Your extensions too short.
Okay. Didn't extend. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. All right.
I guess apex. No, you didn't get an apex.
No? Did I go past the apex or I did it too early?
I think it did too early.
Did it too early? Okay. All right. So I did hit something. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So okay. Let me try that again. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. Okay. Let's try one more. Okay. Okay, let's try one more.
No, that was too late.
Too late? Got it. Okay, you know your shit, Jacob.
All
right, nice job. Y'all finished? Got it. Okay, so thanks to all of those who are watching. I hope this was useful to you. Let me see if I can get myself on the screen again. Commentary. That's me. It's me. Hey. Hello, King Snow here. Glad to be with you. Thanks for watching. I hope that's useful to you. I'm trying to. I already have a filming system set up, so I really should be filming myself more. The real problem has been uploading the content, and then I realized, you know what? I can just stream it, and then it gets saved anyway. So, what's the point?
So you can stream it to YouTube.
Exactly, right? So what's the point of recording it and then spending all night to upload it, right? So, all right, so this seems to be a better way, okay? Let me know if you want me to cover anything. Let me know if there's any use. I'm afraid you don't have access to... Oh, wait, no, I do have access to the chat. Hi, Cash Mullen. Is that you, John?
Huh?
We have someone named Cash Mullen in the chat.
That's not me.
Okay, hi, Cash Mullen. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, if y'all have any requests, please do let me know. Leave us some comments, and I should see it, okay? Let me know what we can do to help you out. All right. So, yeah, hope it was a good stream.